हेलो तनिष्का, हाउ आर यू? इज आई एम ऑडिबल टू यू बेटा? मेरी आवाज आ रही है तनिष्का? चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं. लेट्स स्टार्ट. So in the previous class, okay, so in the previous class what we were discussing about the, एक मिनट, ये कहाँ गई है? सीलाब गायब हो गई है. So let's start. So in the previous class we were studying about the two salts. हम लोगों ने पढ़े थे, we have studied the three salts. अब तक हम लोग three salts पढ़ चुके हैं. which one कौन कौन से पढ़ चुके हैं बेटा? So we have studied the baking soda. मैं फटाफट से एक बार इनको सबका रिवीजन करा देता हूँ आपको, ताकि आपको याद रहे फटाफट से. Then we will be going to discuss this one. Okay, today the salt topic will be completed. Okay, so if I'm talking about this one, so first one is the sodium hydroxide. We have studied this one. The second one is the bleaching powder, that is calcium oxychloride. We have studied this one. And the third one is this one is the bleaching powder. This one is the caustic soda. And this one is beta, this one we have studied with the CaSO4 dot half H2O is the plaster of Paris. This one is the POP beta. So how can we prepare this one? We can prepare the NaOH by taking the aqueous solution of concentrated aqueous solution of NaCl in water, and then we pass electricity to it. Then we will get NaOH near cathode. Here we will get Cl2 at anode. Okay, Cl2 at anode, and here we will get hydrogen gas at cathode. We have studied this one beta. We have studied this one in the previous class. Second हम लोगों ने और क्या पढ़ा था? We have studied about the calcium oxychloride. तो calcium oxychloride में bleaching powder is prepared by passing chlorine gas to the silicate lime. This is the silicate lime. Silicate lime भी इसको हम लोग बोलते हैं, and it is called the calcium hydroxide. Okay, so when we pass chlorine gas to calcium hydroxide, this will gives you calcium oxychloride plus water. It will give it to us. Okay, and the last one was the third salt that we have studied is beta, that is the calcium sulfate hemihydrate, means plaster of Paris, and this can be prepared by heating calcium sulfate dot 2H2O, that is called the gypsum. Okay, so gypsum is heated at 100 degrees Celsius or 373 Kelvin, or we can this is according to the NCERT, and actually it is 100 degrees Celsius, that is 393 Kelvin. इतने टेम्परेचर पर अगर हम लोग इसको हीट करते हैं, then we will get CaSO4 dot half H2O plus H2O. Got it beta?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this one is the CSO4.2H2. So this will be here we will be going to have the 3/2 H water molecule will get 3/2 water molecule will get. Okay, got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's move
Yes,
further.
sir.
So this one is the अब इसमें ओपन एयर के केसेस हम लोग लिख लेते हैं सबसे बिल्कुल इंपॉर्टेंट है ये क्योंकि इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज ओपन एयर में बहुत बार पूछा जाता है तो व्हाट वुड हैपन इफ वी केप्ट this one in open air, so let me write it with this open air cases. So red color I'm writing with open air cases. Open air cases. Red color is indicating open air cases. Open air cases. So when we keep sodium chloride in open air, sorry, caustic soda, NaOH, caustic soda in open air, it will react with the atmospheric carbon dioxide and will gives you sodium carbonate plus water. When this bleaching powder is kept in open air, it will also react with the atmospheric carbon dioxide and it will gives you calcium carbonate and the chlorine gas will be liberated out from this one. Okay, and when we keep this in open air, calcium sulfate dot half H2O, when we keep this in open air, so it will absorb the 3/2 water molecule from the atmosphere. This is from atmosphere. Okay, and will gives you what? This will give you calcium sulfate dot 2H2O. That is the gypsum beta. That is the gypsum. It is a hard mass substance which is very loose. Okay, so that's all. You understood this one, about this one? Got it, beta?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So let's move further. Okay, so we have done this one. So have you copied this one, beta? Have you copied this one?
Yes, sir.
Sure, पक्का? ऐसे तो नहीं मजाक चल रही हो, स्क्रीनशॉट ले रहे हो?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now it's time to study the two other salts. Okay, two other salt, that is the we have studied these three, but now we have to study the other three salts. Sorry, two salt, that is the baking soda and the bleaching powder, and they both are same, बस थोड़ा सा difference है. So let's study this one. Okay, so let's study the baking soda first. Okay, so actually let's study the washing soda first. Okay. Okay, this is the washing soda. Okay, so what happened actually, the process by which washing soda is prepared is called Solvay process. What we called it, beta? We called it Solvay process. Got it? जिस प्रोसेस से हम लोग वॉशिंग सोडा को प्रिपेयर करते हैं और बेकिंग सोडा दोनों के ही लिए, वॉशिंग सोडा एंड baking soda is prepared by same process named as Solvay process, and it is on the name of a scientist named as Ernest Solvay. Okay, got it? Got it, beta? Okay, so the raw material required
Sir,
here
please
is,
repeat. My network I was disconnected.
okay, so I'm saying here that the process by which we prepare washing soda is actually sodium carbonate decahydrate, means there are the 10 water molecules. There are the 10 water molecule attached with this one. So we called it sodium carbonate decahydrate, Na2CO3 dot 10H2O. This is actually the washing soda. Okay, so washing soda, the chemical name of washing soda is sodium carbonate decahydrate. Deca means 10. Deca means 10 and hydrate means water. 10 water molecules are attached to it. That's why it is called the decahydrate. And the process by which we prepare this is called the Solvay process. It is on the name of Ernest Solvay. The scientist named is Ernest Solvay. उनके नाम पर ये रखा गया है. Okay, so beta, अब हम लोग को simple से समझना है कि that how we prepare this one. Okay, so let's study this one. So actually the raw material that is required for the preparation of baking soda and washing soda is same. Baking soda and washing soda is same. So let's study this one. The raw material is actually sodium chloride, ammonia, and calcium carbonate. What are the raw materials? दिस वन, इफ सम ऑप्शन में अगर आपको वाटर भी गिवन है तो आप उसको वाटर को भी टिक कर दीजिएगा, ओके, बिकॉज वाटर इज ऑल्सो रिक्वायर्ड, बट वी डोंट कंसिडर द वाटर एज अ रॉ मटेरियल बिकॉज इट इज अवेलेबल एवरीवेयर, so we don't consider that water is a raw material for something. So here it is, the three components are NaCl, ammonia and calcium carbonate is being required for the preparation of baking soda, and baking soda भी के लिए and washing soda दोनों के लिए same है, okay, so we are studying the preparation of both washing soda and baking soda, okay. So what we did actually here, look at this, in this chamber we take the sodium chloride and water, and that is called the brine. We mix sodium chloride and water, this is called the brine, okay, we called it brine. So let's make it this one like this way, these togetherly are called brine, okay, these are called the brine. So when we pass chlorine gas with the brine, means we take a mixture of salt and water and then we pass ammonia gas to it. When we passed ammonia gas to it, this is NH3, ammonia gas, then it form ammonical brine, this form ammonical brine. So NaCl and water is only brine, but NaCl, water and ammonia are ammonical brine, beta, these are the ammonical brine. Got it? What is ammonical brine, beta? Ammonical brine is the mixture of salt and water is only brine, but when we mix ammonia gas to it, it becomes ammonical brine. So
Yes, sir.
so it's from 1 marks question that ammonical brine is a mixture of sodium chloride, water and ammonia, okay, and then we pass CO2 to it. When we pass CO2 to it, when we pass carbon dioxide to it, how carbon dioxide is get? So we get this one from the market, okay, and we did not get the carbon dioxide, so we get the calcium carbonate. So how we get the calcium carbonate? So beta, this is the chamber, here we have the chamber, and we heat in this carbonation tower actually, okay, this is the carbonation tower, and actually we heat the calcium carbonate in this tower we heat the calcium carbonate, okay. So when we heat the calcium carbonate in this tower, so at 900 degrees Celsius, so it will simply gives you calcium oxide plus CO2, it will simply gives you calcium oxide plus CO2, okay. So this will gives you calcium oxide plus CO2. Got it?
So please explain again.
Okay, I'm going to explain this one. So we take the calcium carbonate, CaCO3, and we heat it, okay. So we heat it, okay. So this one is calcium carbonate, and when we heat it, it will give you calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide, okay. It will give you calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So when we heat the calcium carbonate, this is a decomposition reaction. When calcium carbonate is heated, thermal decomposition reaction, when calcium carbonate is heated, it will give you calcium oxide, this one, and carbon dioxide actually. And this carbon dioxide which is produced here, we pass this carbon dioxide to this reaction here, we pass this here. So what would happen when carbon dioxide is passed to ammonical brine? What would happen when carbon dioxide is passed to ammonical brine? So beta, when we pass carbon dioxide to the ammonical brine, then it will give you sodium hydrogen carbonate as a white PPT, white precipitate, and ammonium chloride, NH4Cl, as aqueous solution. As aqueous means it will be remain dissolved in water, it will be used, okay. And this is the sodium hydrogen carbonate, and this is also sodium hydrogen carbonate is also the baking soda. This is the baking soda. So baking soda prepare हो गया हमारे पास. We can prepare this baking soda by this method. ये prepare हो गया, बस यहीं से हम लोग baking soda की preparation हमारे पास आ गई है. Okay. Now this sodium hydrogen carbonate is used for preparing the washing soda. Means आगे का process इसी से होता है. We recover this one. Means क्या होगा अगर आप देखें यहाँ पर, we pass, this is the ammonic, this is the tower, okay, and then we pass this solution to this here in this carbonation tower, and we pass the carbon dioxide to it. So here ammonical brine is transporting to this tower, okay, and this carbon dioxide is from after heating, जब हम लोग heat कर रहे हैं इसको. So when we are heating this one, this carbon dioxide is passed to this the carbon dioxide produced by heating calcium carbonate. जब हम लोग calcium carbonate को heat कर रहे थे, so carbon dioxide is produced, and that carbon dioxide is passed to this chamber, and after passing this to this chamber, okay, we find what? We will find, yeah, we will get sodium hydrogen carbonate and ammonium chloride. Let me help you. Let me explain it again so that you can understood here. So what would happen here is that, beta, that we take the sodium chloride and water. This is a brine, and when we heat the calcium carbonate at 900 degrees Celsius, then it will gives you calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. Okay, this carbon dioxide produced is passed through this one. Okay, so here we will pass this carbon dioxide CO2 to this solution. Okay, and okay, CO2, and we also mix the ammonia to it. Before passing the carbon dioxide, we mix the ammonia to it. So this is called the ammonical brine. Okay, so this ammonical brine, when added to this carbon dioxide, it will gives you calcium. Sorry, this will gives you what? So beta, it will gives you ammonium chloride, NH4Cl, and sodium hydrogen carbonate. This is the baking soda. Okay, and this is solid. We get it this in the form of PPT, means we will get this white PPT. हम लोग को ये नीचे बैठा हुआ मिल जाएगा, मतलब we can easily recover this one. हम इसको आसानी से निकाल सकते हैं by simple filtration method. फिल्टर कीजिएगा आप अमोनियम क्लोराइड, आपको फिल्टर पेपर से बाहर हो जाएगा और ये आपको फिल्ट्रेशन में बच जाएगा. So what would happen in the next step is, when we heat, in the next step is, you got it till here? समझ में आया आपको बेटा? You get? समझ में आया आपको कैसे करते हैं हम लोग? बताइए मुझे जरा. तनिष्का and Asila, are you there in the class? Yes, Tanishka, your internet is not working. Yes, Asila.
No, sir. It's working slow.
It's slow. Okay, Asila.
Yes, sir.
Are you getting my voice, beta?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what we need to do here is, let me explain you again, beta. दोबारा समझो फिर से, जब आपका नेट चला गया था तो. We take the NaCl solution, NaCl and water, okay, and we pass the ammonia gas to it. Togetherly, NaCl, water and ammonia are called ammonical brine. The normal, these two are called only brine, not the ammonical brine. But when we pass ammonia to the brine, it will become ammonical brine. And this ammonical brine, when passed to CO2, this CO2 gas is obtained by heating the calcium carbonate. So when this CO2 is passed through this solution, then it will gives you what, beta? It will gives you the ammonium chloride, NH4Cl, which is in aqueous. Aqueous means it is in soluble form, like we have the salt solution, like we have the, okay. So इस तरह से इसका रहता है. And we have the sodium hydrogen carbon, that is called the baking soda. Got it? That is called the,
Yes, sir.
baking soda. So this one is ammonium chloride and this one is sodium hydrogen carbonate. Okay, so when we pass through it, so it will gives you this one. Okay, now ammonium chloride is in aqueous for something. Okay, एक पानी के अंदर घुला हुआ है. Okay, like we have, like it is in soluble form. Okay, and we have the this is in aqueous, means it is in soluble form, aqueous, and we have some ppt of sodium hydrogen carbonate that settle down in the bottom. Okay, bottom. So this is the sodium hydrogen carbonate, NaHCO3. Okay, and this sodium hydrogen carbonate is also called baking soda. So the preparation of baking soda is done here. अगर आपको बेकिंग सोडा प्रिपेयर करना है तो यहीं पर खत्म हो गई प्रिपरेशन बेकिंग सोडा की. That's all. But if you need to prepare, beta, if you need to prepare the washing soda, then you need to do further step, because washing soda is actually Na2CO3 dot 10H2. Okay, सो लेट्स स्टडी। अभी हम लोग क्या करेंगे, ये जो हमारे पास पीपीटी बना है दैट वी विल एक्सट्रैक्ट आउट, हम इसमें से निकाल लेंगे। ओके, वी विल रिमूव द अमोनियम क्लोराइड, okay, and this sodium hydrogen carbonate will be used. Okay, now moving toward this one. Okay, so we have this sodium hydrogen carbonate, this sodium hydrogen carbonate that we obtained as a ppt. This is the baking soda. Okay, this is baking soda. So when we heat this baking soda that we obtained in the ppt, okay, so then when we heat it, जब हम उसको बहुत ज्यादा हीट करेंगे, then it will gives you sodium carbonate Na2CO3 plus carbon dioxide plus water. Okay, okay, this will gives you sodium hydrogen carbonate. What will it will gives you sodium carbonate plus carbon dioxide plus water. Got it? Sodium carbonate plus carbon dioxide plus water, it will give it to you. Now this sodium carbonate does not contain the water of crystalline here, means it does not contain the 10 water molecule attached to it. So this is not the washing soda. Actually it is the anhydrous form, means without water. Anhydrous means no water content is present here. So we will say that this is the anhydrous form. Anhydrous form, beta. This is the anhydrous form, means without the water content. Now Na2CO3 plus 10H2O. Okay, Na2CO3 plus 10H2O. When we get this hydrated form, we dip this into the water. We add the water to it. So when we add the water to it, it will become washing soda. Okay, it will become washing soda. So what I need to teach you here is that what we study here is that, so we take this baking soda here, which is formed here. We take this baking soda NaCO3 and we heat it. We heat it, strongly heating. On strongly heating, you will get sodium carbonate plus CO2 plus water. Okay, sodium carbonate plus CO2 plus water. Okay, next is beta Na2CO3 is anhydrous form. It does not contain the water of crystalline here. So what we did here, we get the 10 water molecule to it and it will become sodium carbonate Na2CO3. We add the 10 water molecule to it and then it will give you sodium carbonate dot 10H2O, and this is called the washing soda. This is called the washing soda. Got it, beta? Got it? Got
Yes,
it?
sir.
How do we prepare this one?
Yes, sir.
How do we prepare this one? First step is we went to the market. We will buy some salt, ammonia gas, and calcium carbonate. We mix the sodium chloride and water and make it concentrated solution, and then we'll pass ammonia gas to it, so it will become ammonium chloride. And for this CO2 we need the calcium carbonate, that is we bring from the market and heat it, and this calcium carbonate plus carbon dioxide they produce here, it will be passed through it. On passing this carbon dioxide to the ammonical brine, we get ammonium chloride as a soluble form and sodium hydrogen carbonate in the bottom as a PPT. Now this PPT is being extracted out and we heat it, strongly heat it. So when we strongly heat it, it will give you sodium carbonate plus carbon dioxide plus water. But here this sodium carbonate is in an anhydrous form, means it does not contain the water of crystalline. So what we do here is we add the 10 water molecule to it and it will becomes washing soda. Got it? Got it, beta?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's move further. So this is sodium hydrogen carbonate. Sodium hydrogen carbonate. We heat it, it will give you sodium carbonate plus carbon dioxide plus water. Okay, this is the anhydrous form. Now this sodium carbonate plus 10 water molecule when added to it, it will give you sodium carbonate at dot 10H2O. Okay, sodium carbonate dot 10H2O. Okay, so this is the washing soda. Now why washing soda is used for why Solvay process is used for preparing the washing soda, means why we use this process, because it is the cheapest process. इसी process से अगर आप prepare करेंगे तो ये cheaper process होता है. Why? Because इस process में हम लोगों ने जो ammonia gas इसमें use की थी, we can recover it. हम उसको वापस से recover कर सकते हैं, because ammonia is a costly gas and we can recover the ammonia by this method. Okay, how can we recover? How can we recover the ammonia? So you know that when we heat this calcium carbonate, the byproduct that remain is this one. Calcium oxide बचा था हमारे पास, carbon dioxide हमने use कर ली थी. So we have this remaining substance, and in the similar way, when we heat, when we mix the salt, water, and ammonia and carbon dioxide, we have this as a byproduct, ammonium chloride. So how can we prepare? By using these two. We have calcium oxide. When we heat the calcium carbonate, so the remaining substance is this one. And when ammonium chloride is ammonical brine is passed with CO2, so we get baking soda and ammonium chloride, NH4Cl, and we get sodium hydrogen carbonate. So ये तो हमने यूज कर लिया था, बट ये हमारे पास एक्वस में है अभी. सो इन दोनों को यूज करके ये हमारे पास बाय प्रोडक्ट है. by using these two product we can recover the ammonia. How can we recover the ammonia? We add water to this one, so it will become slag lime again, calcium hydroxide बन जाएगा. When we add the water to calcium oxide, it will again become calcium hydroxide, and then this calcium hydroxide is treated with the ammonium chloride. That is the byproduct. जो byproduct हमारा यहाँ पर बना था, कहाँ पर? This byproduct यहाँ पर हम लोगों ने लिख भी रखा है. It will be used in the recovery of ammonium chloride. So this or sodium hydrogen carbonate is used in preparation of washing soda. So this we use for preparation of washing soda, but this can be recovered. How can it recovered? This is the ammonium chloride, और इसको जब हम लोग पानी से ट्रीट कराते हैं तो we will get calcium hydroxide. इन दोनों की रिएक्शंस करा देंगे. So we do the reactions between the reaction between the ammonium chloride and the ammonium chloride and the calcium hydroxide. Okay, calcium hydroxide कैसे prepare किया हमने? by passing the water to the, or by reacting the calcium oxide with water. जो हमारे पास पहले से बचा हुआ था, किसमें से? जब हम लोगों ने कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट को हीट किया था, तो उसमें जो हमारे पास कैल्शियम ऑक्साइड बचा था, उससे हमने वाटर को पास किया. वी गेट दिस slag lime, and then we react these two, and we will get ammonia plus calcium chloride plus water. So ammonia gas is recovered in this process. Got it? या अभी भी डाउट है बेटा? got it both of you, or still having some doubt? The voice is not audible to me.
Got it.
Sure. Okay, so we can recover the process. So have you copied these preparations properly or not? Have you copied all these?
Cannot copied all.
You have copied all. And Asila, you?
Copied.
Okay, so here we have this one. Okay, so this one is for the teaching purpose, so let me delete this one. Okay, so we have this one. Okay, so write a note on the preparation of washing soda. So we have written this one. The washing soda can be prepared by passing CO2 to the ammonical brine. CO2 to the ammonical brine. Here we pass this one. Okay, this sodium hydrogen carbonate so formed, means this sodium hydrogen carbonate that is formed here is heated to give anhydrous sodium carbonate. When we heat this sodium hydrogen carbonate, okay, so when we heat it, on heating, so we will get sodium carbonate, water, and this is an anhydrous form. This is the anhydrous sodium carbonate. This anhydrous sodium carbonate, when treated with water, it get converted into hydrated sodium carbonate, decahydrate, means it will be get converted into hydrated sodium carbonate में convert हो जाता है, which is washing soda, जो washing soda होता है. This is the washing soda. Got it? Let's move further. What happen when washing soda is heated? जब हम लोग washing soda को heat करते हैं तो क्या होता है? Washing soda को अगर हम लोग heat करेंगे, then it will gives you Na2CO3.10H2. Means this water crystalline will be removed, and we will get again this anhydrous sodium carbonate, that is called the soda ash, or anhydrous sodium carbonate. Got it, beta? Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here we have this one. When we heat it, but if we do not heat it and we kept in open air, okay, dry air, so it will lose its 9 water of crystalline, and only the 1 water of crystalline will remain attached to it. अगर हम लोगों ने इसको ओपन एयर में रखा, ओपन एयर के केसेस सबके याद रखना, तो इसमें से 9 वाटर ऑफ क्रिस्टलाइन जो है वो खत्म हो जाएगा और सिर्फ एक ही वाटर ऑफ क्रिस्टलाइन अटैच रह जाएगा. दिस इज कॉल्ड द सोडियम कार्बोनेट मोनोहाइड्रेट. ओके, द नेक्स्ट वन इज रिएक्शन विद एसिड्स. सो आपको पता है कि सोडियम कार्बोनेट को अगर हम लोग एसिड से रिएक्शन कराते हैं तो इट विल गिव्स यू सोडियम सल्फेट, मतलब सॉल्ट विल गिव्स यू, एंड दिस इज अ मेटल कार्बोनेट. Okay, so it is a general equation की metal carbonate और metal hydrogen carbonate दोनों को आप रिएक्शन कराओगे एसिड से. when you are treating them with acids, they will gives you the same result. That will be salt plus water plus carbon dioxide will be formed. So here we have sodium carbonate when reacted with H2SO4. So it will give you sodium sulfate, carbon dioxide plus water. How we get कि sodium sulfate ही बनेगा? So I told you कि when you are confused कि जब acid से reaction होती है तो क्या बनेगा? So write the acid's name first, H2SO4, and write the other substance that is reacting with the acid, like we have Na2CO3. So here in this case, exchange of ions will take place. Sodium carbonate. Okay, so when we react it, actually this water content and this metal के साथ जो भी हमारे पास है उसको हम हटा देंगे in the substance. We have the metals. So when these two react, they will give you sodium sulfate, Na2SO4 plus carbon dioxide plus water you will get. Got it? Or still having some doubt? Got it, beta?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. So let's move further. Now we have baking soda. So baking soda is sodium hydrogen carbonate. Okay, baking prepared by Solvay process. It is also prepared by the Solvay process. Okay. अच्छा, uses क्या क्या होते हैं washing soda के? Uses की अगर हम बात करें तो you can study this one from the NCERTs. और the main uses of sodium is that जो बहुत बार repeat किया जाता है, that the most important use of this one is it is used for removing permanent hardness of water. Beta, this is used for the removing the permanent hardness of water. पानी की permanent hardness को remove करने के लिए use किया जाता है washing soda. Now talking about the baking soda. Baking soda is actually sodium hydrogen carbonate only. This is the hydrogen carbonate that is prepared by the Solvay process, and this is the same reaction कि जब हम लोगों ने ammonium chloride को ammonium brine से carbon dioxide pass की थी, we get this baking soda and ammonium chloride. Means on passing water with the ammonia gas with the brine and then carbon dioxide to it, we get the sodium hydrogen carbonate as a PPT and this ammonium chloride. So this is actually the baking soda. Got it? Got it, beta?
Yes, sir.
Now what happened here is that for the commercial use, because baking soda named as baking, why we are using this one baking? Because it is used for making the bread fluffy, and this is used for generating, means baking purpose पे in bakery industries में ये use किया जाता है. Okay, so for commercial use के लिए, when we are having this baking soda is added with this some edible acid known as tartaric acid. Okay, so this tartaric acid and baking soda is mixed together. ये दोनों आपस में mix कर दिए जाते हैं. Okay, if there is no water content, there will be no reaction. अगर अभी ये दोनों solid form में है और इन दोनों को हम लोगों ने mix कर रखा है तो reaction नहीं होगी, because acid show their property in water. If there is no water, then they will be not showing any property. So if it is in the packet, it is without water, so there will be no reaction. But when we add this to the water, कौन सा? बेकिंग सोडा और सम edible acids. अच्छा, इन दोनों के टुगेदरली मिक्सचर को हम लोग बोलते हैं बेकिंग पाउडर. व्हाट इज बेकिंग पाउडर? सो बेकिंग पाउडर इज अ मिक्सचर ऑफ बेकिंग सोडा mixed with some edible acid like the tartaric acid. So we add the tartaric acid to the baking soda. Baking soda means sodium hydrogen carbonate, to make it baking powder. Okay, so difference. What is the difference between baking soda and baking powder? Tell me. Tell me, beta. What is the difference between baking soda and baking powder?
Baking powder is when baking soda is mixed with some eatable acid, tartaric acid.
Okay. Okay. Tanishka, you?
So I am the one who spoke right now.
Okay. Who's Asila? You? Asila,
Yes, sir.
what is baking powder? What is the difference between baking powder and baking soda? What is the difference between baking powder and baking soda? Tell me. Tell me, beta. आपको समझ में आ रहा है जो पढ़ा रहा हूं मैं? असीला,
Yes, sir.
सो बताइए मुझे बेकिंग सोडा और बेकिंग पाउडर में क्या डिफरेंस होता है? Baking soda is sodium hydrogen carbonate. Okay, when it is mixed with some edible acid like the tartaric acid, it will becomes baking powder. Okay, so what is the difference between baking soda and baking powder? It is just simple. When we add baking soda, that is sodium hydrogen carbonate, with some edible acid, it will gives you baking powder. So पहले मैं फिर से एक बार प्रिपरेशन आपको बता देता हूँ कि बेकिंग सोडा क्या था, बेकिंग सोडा कब बना था. ये सिंपल सॉल्वे प्रोसेस से ही बना था बेटा. दिस सोडियम क्लोराइड की जो हमने वाटर से रिएक्शन कराई थी अमोनिया के साथ, इट विल गिव्स एंड कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड इज पास थ्रू इट, तो यहीं पर बेकिंग सोडा बन गया था. बाद में हम लोगों ने इसको आगे हीट किया था वॉशिंग सोडा बनाने के लिए. अगर बेकिंग सोडा चाहिए तो बस यहीं पर खत्म. अगर आपको बेकिंग वॉशिंग सोडा बनाना है तो आप बेकिंग सोडा से वॉशिंग सोडा बनाएंगे, पहले आप बेकिंग सोडा बनाना ही पड़ेगा आपको. सो वॉशिंग सोडा हम लोगों ने कैसे बनाया था? वी हीटेड फर्दर बेकिंग सोडा को, सोडियम कार्बोनेट बना था, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड प्लस वाटर, और फर्दर इसको हम लोगों ने 10 वाटर ऑफ क्रिस्टलाइन से रिएक्ट कराया था. देन इट विल गिव्स यू सोडियम कार्बोनेट एंड देन 10H2 when we add it. So here we are studying the baking soda right now. So baking soda है, the same reactions I have written previously जो लिखी थी वही लिख दिया है. तो ये हमारे पास बेकिंग सोडा है, सोडियम हाइड्रोजन कार्बोनेट. So this baking soda is actually added with some edible acid that is called the tartaric acid and it will become baking powder. So why we are adding this edible acid to the baking soda? So, okay, so to make it baking powder. क्यों baking powder हम लोग को क्यों ऐड करना होता है? तो first you need to understand here is that sodium hydrogen carbonate is a basic salt. Basic salt. Sodium hydrogen carbonate is a basic salt. It is a basic salt. So how can we say that it is a basic salt? Because when sodium hydroxide, it is a strong base, when react with carbonic acid that is present in the cold drinks, carbonic acid. This is a weak acid. So when it strong base react with weak acid, it will gives you sodium hydrogen carbonate plus water. So actually this is a basic salt. Okay, basic salt. So it has some bitter taste. When we add it to something, so it has the bitter taste. इसका कड़वा टेस्ट होता है, means it has bitter taste. So actually when we are cooking something, we are making some cake and some cake like stuff. So when we add the baking soda to it, pure baking soda, not the baking powder, so it will add the bitter taste because it is a basic salt. It is a basic salt. So basic salt means it will be in bitter in taste. So it will add the bitter taste to the cake or something. So we would not like the bitter taste. So we add some this acid to it. Now you know that base when react with acid, it will gives you salt and water again. So you know that it is neutralizing the bitter taste. It is neutralizing the bitter taste. This tartaric acid is actually neutralizing the bitter taste of sodium hydrogen carbonate, means baking soda. बेकिंग सोडा का जो हमारे पास बिटर टेस्ट है, क्योंकि वो बेसिक एसिड है, सॉरी बेसिक सॉल्ट है, तो उसको न्यूट्रलाइज करने के लिए वी नीड टू ऐड सम एसिड टू इट, बिकॉज बेकिंग सोडा इज बिटर इन टेस्ट. So we add some bittable acid to it and it will give us salt. Okay, salt plus carbon dioxide plus water, because it is the reaction that metal hydrogen carbonate, this is metal sodium and hydrogen carbonate is NaHCO3. So when we add sodium hydrogen carbonate is added with some acid, then it will give you salt, carbon dioxide and water. Okay, so this salt will no longer having the bitter taste. इसके पास अब bitter taste नहीं होगा. Okay, so it is used for neutralizing the bitter taste of this one, and moreover, when acid is added to metal hydrogen carbonate, it will produce carbon dioxide, and this carbon dioxide gas is used for this carbon dioxide gas is used for making the bread fluffy. Because this carbon dioxide will get trapped, this carbon dioxide will get trapped in the dough, and when you heat it, this carbon dioxide will be eliminated out from your dough. मतलब ये जो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड है ये आपके डो के अंदर ट्रैप हो जाएगी, जो प्रोड्यूस होगी यहाँ पर रिएक्शन करने पर एडेबल एसिड से. सो दिस एडेबल एसिड में से कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड प्रोड्यूस हुई है, ये दिस कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड विल गेट ट्रैप्ड, बेटा दिस विल गेट ट्रैप्ड इन दी dough and this will be eliminated out when you heat it. जब इसको आप slightly heat करोगे तो it will be eliminated out, and this will result in making the bread fluffy or dough fluffy. जो भी आप बना रहे हैं fluffy बनेगा. So now you understood the role of baking soda, edible acid in the baking powder.
Yes, sir.
So first of all, it help in the neutralizing the bitter taste of the baking soda, and secondly, it help in producing the carbon dioxide from the baking soda, because acids when react with metal hydrogen carbonate, they form salt plus hydrogen gas, plus carbon dioxide plus water. So this carbon dioxide is actually used for preparing okay, got it?
Yes,
Oh.
sir.
Okay, so let's do the next question here.
So which one is the metal hydrogen carbonate?
Metal hydrogen carbonate is actually, metal is sodium and hydrogen carbonate is HCO3 group. For example, this is the metal hydrogen carbonate, this is calcium hydrogen carbonate, this is the formula for the calcium hydrogen carbonate. So actually HCO3 and the valency of HCO3, like we have the CO3, this is the carbonate group, and this is the hydrogen carbonate group. So this has the valency 2 and hydrogen carbonate has the valency 1. So when we are going to make the formula of sodium hydrogen carbonate, so both are going to have 1 valency. So in that case they will become NaHCO3. But if we have to write the formula of sodium carbonate, not the hydrogen carbonate, this is 1 and this is CO3, then it has 2 valency. So accordingly, it will be multiplied and it will give you Na2CO3. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So hydrogen carbonate is HCO3 group. So now we are having this one. Okay, so what is the role of edible acid in the baking powder? We have written this one. It help in the production of CO2, which help in making the bread fluffy in baking industries, and it neutralizes the bitter taste of baking soda. That is the sodium hydrogen carbonate, and it is a basic salt, Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So these are the two functions of edible acids. एक तो ये न्यूट्रलाइजेशन में मदद करता है, दूसरा कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड को एलिमिनेट करने में मदद करता है. ओके, नाउ व्हाई बेकिंग सोडा इज यूज्ड एज फायर सोडा इन सोडा एसिड फायर एक्सटिंग्विशर? सोडा एसिड फायर एक्सटिंग्विशर में क्यों यूज किया जाता है? So you know that carbon dioxide is produced. What happened in the soda acid fire extinguisher is, so let me explain you. Wait a minute. Let me give you the picture here. So wait a minute. So where it has gone? एक minute बस. So let's take the examples here. Okay. So let me add the image. So okay, beta. So actually this is the soda acid fire extinguisher image. Okay. So what happened here is that this is the soda acid fire extinguisher. Okay. So we have this sodium carbonate solution here in this one, sodium carbonate solution. Okay. And let me minimize this image first so that you can understand it more betterly. Okay. So let me minimize this image. Okay. Okay. So here it is actually, this is a soda acid fire extinguisher. So what we did here is that we have this sodium hydrogen carbonate, that is the sodium hydrogen carbonate NaCO3. Okay, and we have a bottle here which is filled with sulfuric acid can. Okay, so when we press the nib, जब हम उसकी safety pin को निकालते हैं और we pull the handle upward, this इसमें से जो acids है that is comes in the contact with this sodium hydrogen carbonate, means we have this H2SO4. okay, sodium hydrogen carbonate और H2SO4 हम लोग को मिलेगा. then what would happen here is that कि आपको पता है कि जब सोडियम हाइड्रोजन कार्बोनेट which is a metal hydrogen carbonate and when it react with acid, so it will gives you what? It will gives you salt plus carbon dioxide plus water means it will gives you salt which will be Na2SO4, sodium sulfate. Okay, this sulfate and sodium will make the salt. This carbon dioxide will be eliminated out and this will be hydrogen gas. So this carbon dioxide is actually removed, or we can simply say that instantly it is produced. Instantly, when it react with this one, it instantly gives carbon dioxide, and this carbon dioxide is actually heavier than the oxygen. Oxygen O2 has a mass 32 only, and CO2 has mass 44. CO2 has mass 44. So actually oxygen से ज़्यादा carbon dioxide heavier होती है. Because of that, the oxygen will be removed and the carbon dioxide will comes and it will eliminate the oxygen from the burning substances or burning fuel, and वहां पर ये आग बुझाने के काम पे आता है. Okay, and you got it or still having some doubt? So it is used in soda acid fire extinguisher. Got it or still having some doubt? Both of you. This carbon dioxide produced will be goes through this nozzle. Okay, and this will simply, okay, so this will goes through this nozzle and we can use this fire extinguisher. Okay, so this is the simple way of soda acid fire extinguisher. Okay, so here we have a question. Okay, So हमारे पास यहाँ पर एक क्वेश्चन है, why baking soda is used? So it is used because when acid react with metal hydrogen carbonate, it will give you sodium sulfate, carbon dioxide, and water. And this carbon dioxide is actually used for preparing the for extinguishing the fire. So दो merits हैं baking soda के, या दो advantages हैं baking soda के. One is that it is used for baking purpose, and the second one is this, it is used in soda acid fine extinguisher. Okay, next. So we have this question for making baking powder, for making cake, baking powder is taken. If at home your mother uses baking soda instead of baking powder, means she is using the baking soda instead of baking powder. The difference between baking soda and baking powder is that here we have only sodium hydrogen carbonate, and in baking powder we have sodium hydrogen carbonate plus edible acid, that is the tartaric acid. So it is a mixture of tartaric acid and the baking soda. So how will it affect the taste of the cake and why? Tell me. How will it affect the cake, effect of cake if your mother is using only baking soda instead of baking powder?
Sir, it will be bitter in taste since baking soda is a basic.
Yes, it is a baking soda. Okay. अच्छा, मैंने आप लोगों को अभी रिएक्शंस लिखवाई थी जब वी वर प्रिपेयरिंग दी वॉशिंग सोडा, कि जब हम लोग बेकिंग सोडा को स्ट्रांगली हीट करते हैं, इट स्टिल प्रोड्यूस द कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. सो हम लोग इसको कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड अगर हम लोग को चाहिए तो फिर भी हम लोग इसको यूज कर सकते हैं. क्यों बेकिंग सोडा, क्यों इसमें एडिबल एसिड को ऐड करें? सो बेटा इट नीड्स अ स्ट्रॉन्ग हीटिंग. स्ट्रॉन्ग हीटिंग समटाइम्स हमारा खाना जो होता है वो ऐसा नहीं होता कि हम लोग को उसमें स्ट्रॉन्ग हीट ही करना पड़े. वी नीड सम दैट इज नॉट इंस्टेंटेनियस हीटिंग. हम लोग को और बहुत ज्यादा हीट करने पर हमारा खाना कई बार खराब भी जाता है, डिसइंटीग्रेट कर जाता है. सो वी यूजुअली ऐड द एडिबल एसिड टू इट. इफ वी हीट इट लाइक दिस वे, so still the carbon dioxide can be produced, but in that case the carbon dioxide, the production of carbon dioxide may result in disintegration of our food because it will be eliminating at high temperature. ये बहुत high temperature पर produce होगी. And moreover अभी भी ये baking soda Na2CO3 is a basic salt और अभी भी इसमें bitter taste रहेगा. So how will it affect the cake? So it will affect the cake because it means अगर वो डालेंगे तो it will be a bitter in taste. And why? Because you know that sodium hydrogen carbonate is a basic salt. Okay, it is a baking salt. And how can a baking soda be converted into baking powder? Tell me.
So by adding the edible acid.
A small amount of edible acid to it, that is a tartaric acid. Okay. Okay. Next one is what is the role of tartaric acid in baking soda?
So it neutralizes the
bitter taste of baking soda and help in elimination of
carbon dioxide,
which is used for making the bread
fluffy.
Very good, very good. असीला, why didn't you बेटा reply? आप बिल्कुल ऐसे पढ़ रहे हैं जैसे क्लास में हो ही नहीं. ऐसा क्यों कर रहे हैं आप? Why are you not asking some question? Why are you not showing your presence? आप चुपचाप पढ़ रहे हैं बेटा. साधना भी बोलती है, वो भी सवाल पूछती है, तनिष्का भी सवाल पूछती है. Why are you not asking some questions? आप ऐसा क्यों फील कर रहे हैं बेटा? Ask them some questions. You should have some doubt. इतना तो परफेक्शन नहीं हो सकती कि आप कोई डाउट ही नहीं हो. आप ऐसे चुप क्यों हो? क्लास में आपकी प्रेजेंस होनी चाहिए ना. आपको टीचर को पता होना चाहिए कि आप हैं, या आपके पास कोई डाउट है तो उसको पूछिए. समझ में नहीं आ रहा तो बोलिए सर रिपीट कर दीजिए. मैं तो बार बार पूछता हूँ आपसे सभी से. ओके, so this we have done. This acid, bases and salts chapter we have completed today. So in the next class we will be going to discuss, और आपको इसकी PPT मिल जाएगी. Sorry, you will get the assignment of this chapter and you have to do the questions regarding to this chapter. Okay, got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you have to do this one, and this is very important chapter. So try to solve the questions related to this one, and you will be you will receive the PPT and assignment very soon, maybe tomorrow. okay, on this chapter. So that's all for today. Okay, तो complete हो चुका है. If you have any doubt regarding to this that we have studied today, you can ask. Do you have any doubt? Hmm? Okay, so
Can you
let's,
explain the slide,
can you explain the
the third slide in which, so the first slide you explained in which you explained the first three
okay,
sodas, I guess.
okay, okay, okay. अरे यार वो मैंने पता नहीं कहाँ लिखी थी. Let me check it. हाँ यहाँ पे लिखी थी. So actually these three salts we have studied in the previous class. Okay, that is the sodium hydroxide, that is the caustic soda, bleaching powder.
The screen is not visible.
Yes, and this is the calcium sulfate hemihydrate. This is the PUP, plaster of Paris. So this I discuss the preparation of this one कि कैसे हम लोग NaOH की preparation करते हैं. We take the aqueous concentrated solution of
The
NaCl.
screen is not visible to me.
Okay, is it visible to you now?
No, sir.
Okay, let me stop
Yes,
it.
it is visible, sir.
Yeah, it is visible to you, but it is not visible to us because of internet issue. So let me explain. Start it. Is it visible to you now?
Yes, sir.
So this one is sodium chloride and water. Okay. So this is sodium chloride and water. When electricity is passed through it, it will gives you sodium hydroxide near cathode, chlorine gas and hydrogen gas. And this we have discussed in detail. पूरा anode और cathode की reactions अच्छे से. We have discussed this one in detail, beta. We have discussed this all in details. कहाँ पर सबको हम लोगों ने बहुत अच्छे से पढ़ा है. यहाँ पर हम लोगों ने इसकी प्रिपरेशन पूरा डिटेल में, क्लोरल्कली प्रोसेस बोलते हैं इसको, कैसे इस पर एनोड पर रिएक्शन होती है, कैसे कैथोड पर रिएक्शन होती है, दैट वी हैव स्टडीड दिस वन इन डिटेल. सो हियर जस्ट मैंने एक रिवीजन कराया था प्रिपरेशन को कि NaCl व्हेन रिएक्ट विद वाटर it will gives you this one. This is one similar. Calcium hydroxide when react with chlorine gas, it will gives you this one. Got it? Got it?
Yes, sir. Sir, I just wanted to know the open air cases.
Open air cases is that when sodium hydroxide when react with carbon, when we kept in open air, then it will, if for prolonged keep, जब आप उसको लंबे समय तक रखोगे, then it will react with sodium carbonate, form sodium carbonate and water. In the similar way, when you keep this bleaching powder in open air, it will react with the atmospheric carbon dioxide and will gives you calcium carbonate and chlorine gas. And this will be not, अब ये bleaching powder नहीं रहेगा, ये किसी काम का नहीं होगा, ये खराब हो जाएगा. Means chlorine gas is not there. So actually bleaching powder में जो काम करती है bleaching decolorization का, bleaching purpose के लिए जो use किया जाता है, that is just because of the chlorine present in it. If there is no chlorine, there will be no use of this. This is just simple a calcium carbonate which is not a bleaching powder. तो ये किसी काम का नहीं रहेगा, इसलिए हम लोग को इसको हमेशा एयर टाइट कंटेनर में रखना चाहिए. एंड द लास्ट वन इज कैल्शियम सल्फेट CaSO4 dot half H2. Okay, this is the plaster of Paris. So when we keep this one in open air, it will react with the atmospheric water, that is the 3/2 molecule, it will accept from the water and it will give you again gypsum. इसको हम लोगों ने gypsum से बनाया था 100 डिग्री पर हीट करके, और अगर आप इसको छोड़ दोगे तो ये वापस से रिवर्स कर जाती है रिएक्शन. एंड जिप्सम इज वेरी हार्ड सॉलिड मास सब्सटेंस व्हिच इज ऑफ नो यूज. सो हम लोगों ने इस पे कोई क्वेश्चन भी किया था एक, अगर आपको याद हो तो, ये कंपाउंड X है, वो डो बन सकता है उसका, लेकिन
Yes,
जब हम लोग इसको ओपन एयर में रख देते हैं तो ये बहुत हार्ड बन जाता है और फिर किसी काम का नहीं रहता. सो व्हाई ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है? बिकॉज इट रिएक्ट विद द एटमॉस्फेरिक वाटर 3/2 and become gypsum. This is of no use, so hard mark gypsum. Got it? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we will give you the sheet regarding to this, and you have to do this one. Okay. That's all for today. We'll meet you in the next class. Thanks for joining this class.
Thank you.
Hello, dear students. How are you? Is I'm audible to you? Jason Williams, is I'm audible to you?
Hello.
Hello, beta. Is I'm audible to you?
Yes, or yes, you're audible.
Okay. So, Jason, yeah, the correct
Sorry,
pronunciation of
sorry,
what's
this
your
is not my name. My name
Okay.
is Kevin.
Your name is
Kevin.
Kevin. Okay, Kevin. So, Kevin, may I know that's from where do you belong?
Delhi.
Delhi. Okay.
Yes, but I'm living in Qatar.
Oh, you are living in Qatar right now. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
okay. So, are you comfortable both in English and Hindi? Means if I
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm
So,
fine with it.
okay. So, beta, today, which topic do you want to study? There is any specific topic that you have chosen from science that
From
you
science, chemistry.
Okay, chemistry. Okay, which chapter?
First chapter.
First chapter. Okay, so let's
Yeah.
start studying the very important chapter that is the. Okay, let's start. Wait a minute. Okay. So, chemical equations. Okay. So let's start studying the very important chapter is that chemical equations and reactions. Okay. So
Okay.
let's actually what is a chemical reactions. If I talk to you that what is a chemical reaction. So chemical reaction is just when a chemical change is taking place, beta. When a chemical change is taking place, okay, and when we write it in terms of symbols and formula, okay, we are writing it when writing a chemical change in terms of symbol and formula.
Formula.
Is called chemical change. Oh, sorry, chemical equations. Okay, for example, if you see that hydrogen gas is burned in open air, so what would happen when hydrogen gas is burned in open air? So would it be reacting with carbon dioxide? No. Would it be reacting with nitrogen? No. So what
No.
with gas it would be reacting? It will be simple reacting with oxygen.
Oxygen.
So if I write this hydrogen gas, when it react with oxygen gas, it will be forming water. So this is a word equation. This is a word equation. But
Okay.
if I write the same in terms of symbol and formula, like H2
Oh, H2
plus O2,
plus
this will
O2.
give you, this will gives you H2. Okay.
Water.
So if I write it like this way, okay. So beta, in that case, this is a chemical equation. This we called it chemical equation because we have written the chemical change that is taking place in terms of symbols and formula. That is called the chemical equations. But here you one thing it is being noticed or you need to notice here is that you see here that are the two hydrogen atoms here. There are the two hydrogen atoms here. We have the one oxygen atoms here, and this is the only one oxygen. So we have two oxygen atoms here, and we have here only two. Sorry, only one. So this is according to the law of conservation of mass, and the total mass of the reactant and products are not equal here. So here's something, okay, you see that here, this is the hydrogens, this is two oxygen atoms, this is two, but here we don't have the two oxygen atoms. So in that case, if we have written a chemical change in terms of symbol and formula, but we see that the mass of the total mass of the reactant side, these are called the reactant side, and this is called the product side. Okay. Product side. So if the mass of the reactant and products are not equal, so that will be considered as skeleton equations. Okay, that will be considered as skeleton chemical equations. Okay. So in a similar way, if I balance this one, how to balance this one is another case. Okay, if I balance this one, this is 2H2 means you will get 4 hydrogen atoms here. Like if I'm writing here like this way, 2H2 and this one. So actually this would be 4 hydrogen atoms here now, and we have the this is only 2 hydrogen atoms, but when this 2 is being multiplied with this one, it will be 2 oxygens. So 2 oxygen atoms here. So we are going to have the same number, same mass on the reactant and product sides. So we will be going to say that this is a balanced chemical equation. So if I write this in a balanced way, so it would be a balanced chemical equation. Got it? So what we have learned here is that writing a chemical change in terms of symbols and formula is called a chemical
equation.
chemical equations. Okay. Now you need to understood here is that this is N2. Okay. And if I'm writing this one, this is nitrogen gas. When react with hydrogen gas, it will gives you ammonia.
Ammonia.
Okay. But here this nitrogen gas N2, when reacting with hydrogen gas, it is forming NH3. This is the formula for ammonia. You see here is that there are the two nitrogen atoms here.
Yes.
Okay. There are the two hydrogen atoms here.
Yes.
So actually, why can't we not write nitrogen as N and hydrogen as H? Why we have to write it N2 and H2? It's just because these gases are found in their molecular form. Means ये इनकी stability नहीं होती है. Means these are stable when they form N2 molecules. अब ये क्यों होता है? That will be going to study later. The N2 molecule form करेगा तभी means then N atoms does not exist. Nitrogen is always nitrogen in the atmosphere, or we have the if I'm talking about the nitrogen gas, then it will be always found in the form of N2. In the similar way, hydrogen atoms, individual hydrogen atom existence is not there. We get the hydrogen in terms of H2. Okay. In the similar way, chlorine gas Cl2. In the similar way, bromine gas Br2. So writing this, we cannot write it like this way. N plus H3 will gives you NH3. You cannot write it like this way because H3 atom does not exist. Moreover, a single atom of nitrogen does not exist. So we have to write it in their actual form in which they exist in the nature. So nitrogen exists in the form of N2 and hydrogen exists in the form of H2. So we have to write it. We have to write it like this way.
NH3.
Okay. NH3. Now you see that here the two nitrogen atoms. Here is only one nitrogen atom. Here you see there are the two hydrogen atoms, but here is only three hydrogen. Two hydrogen means one has been created here and one nitrogen atom has been destroyed. So according to the Dalton atomic theory's postulate that atoms can neither be created nor destroyed during a chemical reactions. So let me first clear you that there are two different types of reactions, that we have the chemical reactions and the nuclear reactions. There are two types of reactions, that is the chemical reactions. Chemical reactions, when a chemical reaction is taking place or a chemical change, simple chemical reaction is taking place, then the bond between the two atoms is being broken down and the new bond is formed. For example, if you are reacting this nitrogen, when react with this hydrogen, there are the three bond between the nitrogens, okay, and single bond between the hydrogens. So that's when writing according them, and it is forming the ammonia NH3 like this way and in this way. So what is actually happening is that we are not breaking the nitrogen atom in this. This you have the nitrogen atom like the circular, and you are not breaking this one into two parts. No, actually what is happening here is that we are breaking these bonds. We are breaking these bonds. We are breaking these bonds, beta.
Okay.
And the new bonds are being formed. So here the actual atom is not destroyed, but their bond between them is being destroyed. So in a chemical reactions, according to Dalton atomic theory, in a chemical reactions, I'm not talking about the nuclear reactions. In the nuclear reaction, atoms are actually broken into a big atoms is actually broken into two smaller. But this is in the nuclear reactions. I'm talking about the chemical reactions. So in the chemical reactions, the two nitrogen, here we have the N2 when it react with hydrogen gas, so it will be forming ammonia. So the total number of atoms on the reactant side and the product side must be equal of each type. Here you can say that there are the four, total number of four. Here is the 2 and 2, 4, and 1 and 3, 4. The four are equal, but they are not equally of each type. They should be equal of each type. Means if I am having two nitrogen, so there must be two nitrogen here. If I'm having two hydrogen here, then there must be two hydrogens, not the three. So according to Dalton atomic theory, let me explain you here is that why the chemical reaction must be balanced. Okay, so let me explain you here why there is a need to balance, why there is a need that we should write a balanced chemical equation. So it is just because according to the first of all, according to the law of conservation of mass, the total mass on the reactant side, mass can neither be created nor destroyed during a chemical reactions. When a chemical reaction is taking place, since the atoms are not destroyed and atoms are actually having the mass, so since the atoms are not destroyed, so the mass will be conserved. So the total mass can neither be created nor destroyed during a chemical reaction. Okay, got it?
Yes.
Got it. And similarly, according to Dalton postulate, and atoms can neither be created nor destroyed during a chemical change. During a chemical change or chemical reaction, you can say that.
Reaction.
Okay, chemical change or chemical reaction. Okay, so they are not actually when a chemical change is taking place, atoms are not actually destroyed. Their bonds are broken down
The
and new
bonds
bonds
are
are formed. So hence the total number of atoms of each type in both the reactant must be equal. Got it?
Yes.
Okay. So how we need to balance this one? We can balance, we'll learn how to balance the chemical equation later. This is not our topic today. So this is, we are having this one too, and this will be 3. So this will be 6 hydrogen atoms here, and here we will going to have the 6 hydrogen atoms. This 2 is being multiplied with this nitrogen also, so there we have the 2 nitrogen atoms. Okay, so this is now balanced. Okay, so we should
Can-
write a balanced chemical equation.
Sir, can I write this? Can I write this question?
Yeah, you can take the screenshot of this one, because if you want to take the screenshot from this one, so
Okay.
you can take the screenshot first and you can write it in the homework. Okay, manually.
Okay.
So please take the screenshot of this first slide.
I took it. I took this.
Okay, so please take the screenshot of this one also.
Okay. Okay. I took this screenshot.
Okay, so let's move further.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so how to balance a chemical equation is not today's topic. Okay, so first of all, let me explain you now what is actually now you have studied that what is actually a chemical reaction is. A chemical reaction is means writing a chemical change in terms of symbols and formula is called a chemical reactions. Okay, or we can call it chemical equations. Okay, now if I ask you that what is actually a chemical change, we're talking about a chemical change. So what is the difference between a chemical change and a physical change? So can you explain me? Do you have any idea what is the difference between a chemical change and a physical change? There are 2 types of changes. Changes are of 2 types. One is the chemical change. Chemical change. Okay. And another one is the physical change. Physical change. Okay. So if I'm talking about the chemical change and the physical change, so what can be the difference between a chemical change? Because I'm talking about that chemical equation is writing a chemical change in terms of symbols and formula, not the physical change. So do you have any idea what is the physical change and a chemical change?
Chemical change. Chemical change. Writing chemical change in terms of symbols and formula.
Yes,
And
actually, yes. This is actually a chemical equation. This is actually a chemical equations. If we write the chemical change in terms of symbols and formula, then it is called chemical equations. We have written this one, that writing a chemical change, not the chemical change in terms of symbols and formula is called a chemical equations. So actually, what is a chemical change? So let's study this one. Okay, let's study that what is actually the chemical change is. So we have written it here. Okay, no, where we have written. Okay, no, it is not here. So where we have written. So okay, let it be. So we are talking about the physical change and the chemical change. Yes, we have written it here. Okay, so chemical change and the physical change. So let's discuss about the chemical change and the physical change. Okay, so we are just giving you the 2 examples and you need to understand here thoroughly. Okay, you have let's suppose you have a glass of water. Okay, and this is filled with water. Okay, you add some sugar to it. How do you feel the taste of this one?
Sweet.
Okay, sweet. Then you add some salt to it. What will be the taste? Only sweet, only salt, or both?
Both.
Okay. When you add some lemon to it, what will be the taste?
The lemon is sour.
It will be sour, it will be salty, and it will be going
sour.
to have the sour. So it will be going to have all the 3 constituent taste. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now if I'm going to give you this and still the state of this is still liquid. Okay. It is not the gaseous state or no. Okay.
Yes.
Do you think that a lot of energy is being changed? Means will it become very much high heated, or will it become very cold when you add these?
No? It will be normal
It will be normal, no? It will not be.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you have the hydrogen gas, which is a gas, and if you burn it in the presence of oxygen, so do you think what hydrogen is a fuel? Is it a fuel?
Yes.
Yes, it is a fuel. And do you think that oxygen help in burning?
Oxygen
Help
helps in
in
burning.
combustion.
Combustion.
Okay, without
Okay.
oxygen, you cannot burn anything. You cannot
Yes.
burn anything. Okay, in the absence of oxygen, there is no combustion. So oxygen is a fuel. When it help in when you add with oxygen in the present, okay, you will find that you will make the water. Okay. Do you think this is a liquid? First of all, do you think there is a lot of heat difference when this process is talking to you? Do you think lot of energy difference will be there? Because when you burn the hydrogen gas, you will find that a large amount of heat will be produced. Okay.
Yes.
So heat will be produced. These are the two gases. These are the two gases, and here it is liquid.
Liquid.
State is changed. Okay. And do you think that when you drink a glass of water, do you feel the taste of hydrogen in it
No.
or oxygen test? No.
No.
You don't have the taste of oxygen and hydrogen. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Do you think what is the boiling point of that of hydrogen is? Boiling point of hydrogen. It is in some minus. Boiling point of.
Yes, it's in minus.
Okay. It will be in minus something like 200 or something, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yes.
if I'm talking, what will be the boiling point of oxygen?
Oxygen, it will be
Minus 185 degree Celsius is the boiling point for oxygen. 183 or 185 approx. Okay. 183. And this will be minus 252 or 53 degrees Celsius. कोई चीज इतने टेम्परेचर पर माइनस समथिंग में बॉइल करती है, and do you think water boils at 100 degrees Celsius? There is a great difference. Do you think that if you add the water in this one, do you think that it will be boiling at first? The water is boiling here at 100 degrees Celsius. When you add some lemon, sugar, and salt to it, will it boil at 500 degrees Celsius? Do you think that? No. No, it will not boil. But it will boil at the lower temperature. Instead of increasing, it will be decreasing. Okay.
Okay.
So here you see that when in case of hydrogen and oxygen, when it is burned, a new substance is formed, which is actually extinguishing the fire. Extinguishing the fire. Moreover, it is not showing the property of its constituent from which it is made. Means it is not showing the property of hydrogen and oxygen. There is a lot of energy differences there. And moreover, one thing is that we have a fixed formula for this compound that is formed here. Fixed formula for this compound means if you are taking the water from anywhere in the world, whether it is a sea water, whether it is a water from the pond, it is from your RO or somewhere others, let it be. But it will be going to have the uniform formula, that is the H2O. Anywhere in the world, if you are saying that water is found even in on Mars or some other planet, then it will be going to have the same formula. Otherwise, it will not be considered as water. Okay. But do you think that this lemonade is going to have some specific formula?
Lemonade.
No. Have you ever heard that lemonade has a formula? No.
No.
You have heard that water has a formula, that you have heard ammonia has a formula, NH3. So this is called the chemical change. The chemical change is that change in which a new substance is formed having entirely different chemical properties from its constituent. Means it has its own chemical properties. It has its own boiling point. It has its own surface tension. It has its own chemical properties. It does not resemble the properties of its constituent here, like the hydrogen gas, like the oxygen gas. But in the physical change, after the change has taken place, is still the constituent is showing its property. No new substance is formed. Here in the physical change, no new substance is formed. Constituents is still shows their property, shows their property. Beta abhi bhi apni property ko show kar rahe hain. But you see here is that here in the water no constituent is showing its property, neither the hydrogen is showing its property nor the oxygen is showing its property. So here we will say that new substance is formed, new substance is formed having entirely different chemical properties. Got it?
Yes.
Got it?
Yes.
And the constituents are not showing their properties. Okay, so this, and you see that here a great chemical change has taken place. Means great chemical change, not sorry, we are saying that a great change in the energy is taking place. So you see that here the great change, because you see that hydrogen when react with oxygen, a large amount of heat is being liberated out. But in this case, no heat is being liberated out, means there is no extra. So now you understood that what is the chemical change?
Yes.
Change in which a new substance is formed. So if such type of change is taking place in which a new substance is formed having some specific formula for the compound, then this type of change is called the chemical change. And if we write this chemical change in terms of symbols and formula, then it will be considered as chemical equations. We cannot write the physical change in terms of symbols and formula. We cannot write it this one. We can say that NaCl is water. Okay, sorry, NaCl is salt, that is the common salt, and when we add this to water, we cannot have this specific formula here, because we can add 1 tablespoon to the same water, we can add 2 tablespoons to the same water. We don't have this specific ratio. Okay, but here in the water we are going to have this specific ratio. That is the hydrogen gas that will be going to have the 2, and oxygen gas will be going to have the 1 atoms, and it will be going to have the same ratio. For example, let me explain you. For example, if I'm saying that hydrogen gas when react with oxygen gas, this will gives you water, 2H2O. It is a balanced chemical, and this is the balanced chemical equations. So hydrogen, 1 atom has 1 AMU mass, or we can say that 1 mole of hydrogen is going to have 1 gram mass. So here we have the 4 moles of hydrogen, sorry, 2 to the 4 atoms, so we can write here 4 here. In the similar way, 1 oxygen is going to have 16 mass. Okay, don't get confused with grams and AMU, just assume with mass. Okay, so if I'm thinking 1 hydrogen is going to have one mass, and 1 oxygen atom is going to have 16 mass. So here the 2 hydrogen is going to have 32 mass.
32.
And if we are going to have the water, so H2O, they are the 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atoms. Again, they will be going to have 2 from the hydrogen and 116 from the oxygen. It will be going to have 16, and we are having such, sorry, 18. 16 plus 2, you will get 18. So 1 water 18. Molecule is going to have the 18 mass, and this 18 when multiplied by 2, you will get 36. So here 36. The law of, okay, so the ratio is 4, 32 and 36. Okay, when we simplified this one, we divided by 4 all, so you will get the ratio of 1:8:9.
8.
So when one mass of hydrogen is taken, we need 8 for this, 8 oxygen for this, and it will gives you 9 mass of water. Okay, so okay. Just if you go to the market and if you bought just 5 mass of hydrogen and 8 mass of or 16 mass of 5 okay, then how much water will you form? Do you think?
How much water
will be formed? You think how much water will be formed? Do you think 21?
21. Yeah, 21.
21. Do you think 21? Okay.
Yes.
Have you seen a motorcycle or
yes.
or a cycle? In you generally the student used to have cycle in their when they are in childhood. So yes. So you have a seat. You have all other stuff. You have a seat here, and you have 2 wheels. Okay, in a cycle. Okay, all other things are there, but you have a seat and wheels. Okay, So if you have five seat and 12 wheels, how many complete cycle you will be able to form if you have all other things in a proper way or in proper quantity, but you don't have the seat and the wheel? So in your garage there are only 5 seat and 12 wheels. So how many cycles, complete cycle, you will be able to form?
It's 17.
17. You have 5 seat and 12 wheels, beta.
Uh,
5 seats and 12 wheels. How many cycles can be formed with 12 wheels? If you have 12 wheels, then how many cycle can be formed with 12 wheels? 6, because one cycle has two
one
wheels.
cycle has 2 wheels.
So only 6 cycles can be formed.
Yes.
But for the 6 cycles, you need 6 seats now, but you have only 5 seats. So the complete cycle will be formed only 5.
5.
Okay. Now if if you are having 5 seats and you have 7 seats, then how many cycles will be formed?
Seats, 7
Six.
seats, and then
12 wheels.
wheels, 12 wheels, 6 cycles.
6
Six.
cycles.
Yes.
6 cycles. Okay.
6 cycles.
Because one seat is extra.
One
And
seat
you,
was extra. Yeah.
in the similar way, when a chemical reaction is taking place, we have the ratio that 1 mass react with 2 with 16. Okay. With
Okay.
8, 1 mass of hydrogen will definitely require 8 mass of oxygen. So when it will be 2, then it will be requiring 16 and will forming the water will be 18.
18.
For 1 mass we have 8. For 2 it will be 16.
Yeah.
But when you need 3, there is only a 16. So here the 2 mass will consume the whole out of 5. The 2 mass will consume this whole 16 oxygen. 16 mass oxygen means 2 mass of hydrogen. Out of this 5, 2 mass of hydrogen will consume this 16 mass of oxygen and will form 18 mass of water. But here from this 5, the 3 will remain unreacted. This will not react. So here in a chemical reactions, or when a chemical change is taking place, the elements combine in a fixed ratio by mass. You cannot say that if you are having 5 and 16, then it will be 27. No, sorry, it will be 21. No. You know that when 1 mass react with 8, it will gives you 9 water. So 2 mass will react with 16. 2 will require 16 because the ratio is 1:8. So if you have 2 this one, then it will be 16. If you are doubling this one, then it will be doubled. So we have 2. For the 2, the 16 whole will be get consumed here. And the remaining 3 out of this 5 mass, 2 is being consumed with the 16 oxygen, and only the 3 mass of hydrogen will remain unreacted. But in physical change, what is happening actually here is when you add 1 tablespoon to it, to the sugar solution, to the water, then it will be forming a sugar solution. When you add 1 more tablespoon, then it will be again dissolved. So what is this? There is no unreacted. You mean there is no fixed ratio that this much amount of if you have some particular amount of water, then for this only 1 tablespoon will only be able to dissolve, otherwise it will not be able to dissolve, otherwise it will remain unreacted. No, that is not so. So in a chemical change, elements combine, or in a chemical compound, or elements combined in a fixed ratio by mass. If I'm saying that is ammonia, NH3, so it will be going to have 1 nitrogen and 3 hydrogen. Otherwise, if you have got it, beta? Got it?
Yes.
Or still having some doubt? Okay.
No.
Got it?
Yes.
Like the seat and wheel given case I have given you. When you were having 5 seat and 12 wheels. So these 5 seats will consume the 10 wheels, and the 2 wheels will remain unused.
Yes.
In the similar way, when you have 7 seats and 12 wheels, then 6 cycles will consume the 12, and 1 will remain unused. So the fixed ratio will be same. You cannot have the 3 seat in a cycle. नहीं भाई, मेरे पास आज व्हील आता है, मेरे पास 2 व्हील बच रहे हैं यहाँ पर, तो मैं काम करता हूँ इस केस में मैं 5 साइकिल में किसी भी तरह 12 के 12 व्हील लगा देता हूँ, किसी में एक एक्स्ट्रा लगा दूंगा, ऐसा नहीं हो सकता. And here we have these 7 seats and 12 wheels. So नहीं, आज मेरे पास 6 साइकिल है, मैं एक काम करता हूँ, एक साइकिल में 2 सीट लगा देता हूँ. No, it is not possible. Otherwise, it is not going to have the fixed combination. कि हर एक साइकिल में एक सीट और 2 व्हील होंगे, तो एक confirm it is a fixed combinations. You cannot change this combination. In the similar way, if you are having a water molecule, that it will be going to have 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen, then it will be fixed. That 2 hydrogen means 2 mass
Mass.
and 16 mass. 16 is for one oxygen atom. Okay,
Correct.
that is fixed. The 2 mass, for 2 mass, that will be 16 oxygen will be required. You cannot change the ratio of their mass. No, you will say no. Today will be going to have 5 mass with 16 mass of this one. No, you cannot change this one. कि आज हम लोग 3 हाइड्रोजन एक्स्ट्रा लगा देंगे. We will going to have the water like H5 and O. No, this is not possible, beta. Okay, I got it, or still having some doubt regarding to this statement?
Yes, I know it.
You got it?
Yes.
Akka?
Yes, I
Sure?
got it. Yes.
Okay. So this is
Okay.
about the chemical change. Okay, now the basic
Sir,
information. Yes.
What is the definition for physical change?
Physical change means is that the change in which no new substance is formed and the constituent still shows their property. Okay, no new substance is formed and the constituent still shows their property is called a physical change. Okay, like we have. And the
can I-
chemical change?
Can I
Yes.
screenshot?
Yes, you can take the screenshot.
Thank you.
So
Right.
let's move further and let's have a basic knowledge of this one. Now, whenever a chemical reaction is taking place, the question is that why a chemical reaction is taking place. Question is why a chemical reaction is taking place. Okay, just you think, just you are in a room that is very hot and there's no AC is working here, and there is a lot of people are there. Okay, and from that room there is a door from that room, and which is going to have means which is going to, in which means from that room you can go to the another room, and which is going to have only proper AC working. This is having a normal temperature that is suitable for you, and there is no crowd. There is only one or two people there. So will you shift to that coach or to that door, or will you remain in that in which you are conditions?
Yeah, I'll remain.
You will remain in that. Okay, now I'm going to give you examples another. So if you have a coach, this is a train. Okay, and this is another coach here. Okay, this is a fully filled coach, and this is a very rush here. Okay, and this is another coach. That is going to have 1 or 2 or 4 or 5 people. Means it is having a vacant seats, and it do not have any vacant seat, and you are standing on the platform. On which you will go?
The left side.
The one which is going to have the vacant seat.
Yes.
Yes, you will join that coach. So beta, in the similar way, why you are choosing that one? Because it will gives you more stability.
Yes.
It will give you more comfort. Okay, otherwise if you choose the other coach, that in that coach you have to travel without sitting. Okay, by standing you have to travel. खड़े होके आपको travel करना पड़ेगा, बैठ के नहीं करना पड़ेगा. तो that will consume more energy for you. So you will choose the standing से ज़्यादा better है कि आप बैठ के जाएं, तो आप उस coach को choose करेंगे. That is fine.
Yes.
So in the similar way, beta, when a chemical reaction is taking place, if you have the reactant and the product is forming, so if the reactant has more energy, and they find something कि वो अपनी एनर्जी को लूज कर सकते हैं, वो अपनी एनर्जी को कम कर सकते हैं, so they instantly will decide and will form a product that will be going to have less energy. Okay. For example, if you are having hydrogen gas, when react with oxygen gas, it will be forming ammonia. It will be forming water.
Water.
So you know that heat energy is being released in this condition. So actually, if this chemical reaction is taking place here, so you think that this hydrogen, why it is reacting with the oxygen to form water, and why it is the heat energy is being released. So if the energy is being released, it means that these are at high energy level. Energy level, and this will be at lower energy level.
lower energy.
तभी तो energy release हुई. अगर इसके पास suppose कीजिए energy level. So if I'm asking you that if it is having suppose 1000 joule energy, the product or reactants are having 1000 joule energy, and now it is converting on the ये अब 10 joule energy पर आ गया, तो 990 joule energy will be released in the environment. Environment release कर दी जाएगी. So why they are doing? Because every things in the universe wants to be stable. अभी अगर मेरे को A से B ये रिएक्शन गई है और मुझे इसमें एनर्जी, the energy is being released in this step. Okay, energy is being released. So अगर मैं इसको रिवर्स करूंगा, let if I'm having the water and if I wanted to get back hydrogen and oxygen from it, then beta I have to apply the energy in the form of electricity to it. अब एनर्जी कैन बी कन्वर्टेड फ्रॉम वन फॉर्म टू अनदर, तो यहाँ पर हम लोग को इलेक्ट्रिसिटी में कन्वर्ट करनी पड़ती है, बट इलेक्ट्रिसिटी इज एन एनर्जी. सो मेरे को यहाँ पर एनर्जी देनी पड़ेगी अगर मुझे वाटर से ऑक्सीजन और हाइड्रोजन चाहिए तो. दैट इज एन इलेक्ट्रोलाइटिक, यू कैन से दैट इट इज एन इलेक्ट्रोलिसिस ऑफ वाटर दैट वी नीड टू अप्लाई द एनर्जी हियर. Electricity we need to apply. Okay, so this is the reactions that somewhere we need to apply the energy, somewhere we जहां पर मतलब इस तरह का कंडीशन है. So just I'm asking you that this is a ball here, and if this ball sudden do you think that if this ball goes to down by their own if I release this one?
Yes.
Why it is going? Because it is at higher energy level, it has more potential energy, mgh, more potential energy here, and when it goes to down, the height bit decreases, means it will be going to have the lower potential energy, lower energy. So the where does this change in energy will goes? It will goes into the environment. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. You know that this because it is having higher potential energy, so it will be going to lose its energy when it comes down. So it will be automatic process. Once it start, it will be done. Okay.
Yes.
So and if I need to reverse this one, so what you need to do here is that you need to apply the energy. Energy. So sometimes we need to apply the energy in the reaction, sometimes energy is being released. So in which the energy is being released means the reactant at higher energy level, more energy level, and they are shifting to the less energy level like this way. So energy is being released in this process, and this type of reactions are called exothermic reaction that we'll be going to discuss in the next class. Okay. And sometimes we need to give the energy to the reactant so that they will come at the higher energy level, like here we are giving the energy, so they are at less energy level, and now these are at higher energy level, energy level. So such type of reactions are called they are called the endothermic process. Okay? Endothermic. So beta we are going to have, because you have a certain class today, so we are going to have this 40-minute class session today. In the next class we will be going to discuss this one in very much great detail. So आज इतना ही रखते हैं, नेक्स्ट क्लास में हम लोग इसको अच्छे से पढ़ेंगे और अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन करेंगे एंडोथर्मिक एक्सोथर्मिक रिएक्शंस क्या होती हैं. सो डू यू अंडरस्टैंड दैट टुडे? आज का समझ में आया आपको?
हाँ सर.
So what's your name is? Kevin. Okay, Kevin. So Kevin, that's all for today. We'll meet you in the next class. Nice to meet you. Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. When is the next class?
It will be tomorrow, and it will be from 7:30 according to the Indian timing. 7:30, and it will be of mathematics class. Okay.
Mathematics. Okay.
Okay, 7:30.
Okay, sir.
According to the Indian timing, it will be according in your set in your country, it will be from 5 to 6. Okay, I think so.
So 5 o'clock.